Hello students, welcome back to the maths class. Today we are going to start from question number 4 of exercise 7.1. In the previous session we have finished till question number 3. Now we are starting with the question number 4. Whatever the definitions and the theorems we have covered earlier, that will be utilized again and again. For example, we have done the definition of congruent triangles and the criteria of congruency theorems. Okay, so side angle side theorem, then angle side angle theorem, RHS theorem, side 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 theorem. So these all criteria can be utilized as per the required question. So let us see the question number 4. L and M are two parallel lines intersected by another pair of parallel lines P and Q. Means basically we have given that two pair of parallel lines. One P is parallel to Q and second one is L is parallel to M. Then they are saying that then prove that triangle ABC and triangle CDA is congruent to each other. Okay, so first we will write down the given things what we have given in this question. See, we have given that P is parallel to Q, P is parallel to Q, that is one given. Second one is L is parallel to M. Okay, now to prove, what we need to prove here? So we have to show that to prove triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. ABC and CDA are congruent. That we need to prove it here. Okay. Now see this question we can solve by more than one method. It is possible. So here I am following one method which is also simple, and if you wish to follow any other method under the congruency criteria you are able to prove it. Definitely you can follow that method also. Okay. So first we shall write down in the proof. In a quadrilateral ABCD, I am taking one quadrilateral ABCD. You are looking one quadrilateral in the figure that I am going to consider. Now in this quadrilateral, first of all you see I can write down here AB is parallel to CD. How I can say AB and CD are parallel? Because we have given that P is parallel to Q. So since P is parallel to Q, then AB and CD are a part of P and Q, and hence they will be also parallel. Similarly, I can write down also AD is parallel to side BC. So AD and BC are parallel because we can say that L is parallel to M. Okay, because L and M are parallel, so AD and BC are part of that two sides, hence they will be also parallel. Now we know that if in a quadrilateral both the pair of opposite sides are parallel, look at the quadrilateral ABCD. So in the quadrilateral ABCD you will find out AB and CD are parallel, one pair, and the another pair of opposite side, that is AD and BC, that is also parallel. So if both pair of opposite side is parallel, we say that that quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So here we can say that therefore ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay. Now, if it is a parallelogram, then one property of parallelogram we know that in a parallelogram, side opposite to each other are always equal. So AB will be equal to CD. and second one AD will be equal to BC. This property you must have studied in the lower classes. Okay, in a parallelogram, see who are the opposite side? AB and CD are opposite and AD and BC are also opposite. So they are equal to each other. Here we can give the reason: opposite sides of parallelogram. Okay, so this will become my equation number 1 and this will become equation number 2. Now what we need to prove here? We need to show that triangle ABC and triangle CDA are congruent. Okay, so for that purpose I will take two triangles first. So let me take two triangles here first. Suppose if I draw one triangle over here, yes, and similarly corresponding to it one more triangle I am taking it. So that triangle I will place here and I will give the name to both the triangles as first triangle name I am giving here ABC and second triangle name I am giving here as CDA. Okay, because these two triangles only we need to prove congruent. Okay, once you can check ABC and CDA are only required to be proved congruent, right? Now in these two triangles, let us see what we have given equal. First of all, you see the equation number 1. AB and CD are equal. So see, I will mark here AB. This is my side AB and this is my side CD. So I got in the two triangles one corresponding pair of side is equal. Similarly, look at the second equation. AD and BC are equal. So observe AD is lying here. Okay, and BC is lying here. So again one more pair of corresponding side I got equal. And look at the third side. Third side is AC and CA. AC and CA are same side only. So we can say that these are also equal. AC and CA both are the common sides. So actually it is one side only. So they are equal. So now we shall write down in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC and triangle CDA. Okay, first of all we'll write down AB is equal to CD. Second one AD is equal to BC. Okay, reason we can give by equation first and second. Both the reasons are from by equation first and second. Third one, you see, we can write down AC is equal to CA and AC is equal to CA will be from common side because they are common. So that's why the reason will come here common. And you observe all the three pair of corresponding sides are equal. So we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. And if these two triangles are congruent, we can say by which rule? Side, side, side rule. Okay, and this was only required to prove, so we can write down now, hence proved. Okay, now let us see the next question. The next question is given here as, we are going to start now question number 5. Okay, so now see the question number 5. In the fifth question we have given that line L is the bisector of an angle A and B is any point on L. So first of all let us discuss these two given. Line L, look at the figure. In the figure you observe the one line L is given to us, and in this line is bisecting the angle A. into two equal parts. So suppose if I say one equal part is this one, this is one of the equal part, and this one is the another equal part. This part I am supposing by angle number 1, and this part I am supposing by angle number 2. This is my angle 1. Let me mark clearly. Yes, and this is my angle number 2. Okay, so basically angle 1 and angle 2 sorry, are the two equal part of angle A. So we can say that angle 1 and angle 2 are equal. Second thing, we have given that point B lies on line L. Okay, fine, that is point B is on the L, that also we have given here. BP and BQ are perpendicular. Observe the line BP, it is perpendicular on line we can say AP. Okay, and BQ is also perpendicular to the another line. Actually they are perpendicular onto the arms of angle A. You observe angle A, there are two arms. Okay, one is going through A to P, and second one is going through A to Q. So BP and BQ are the perpendicular on the arms of angle A. Then we have to show that triangle APB and triangle AQB are congruent. BP and BQ are also equal. Okay, so let us see how we can prove it. To proceed further, I will give this angle name as angle number 3 and this angle name as angle number 4. Okay, let us write down the given things first. Now given we shall manipulate according to our requirement, and then we shall use it in the proof of the question. So in the given, I will write down first angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Basically, we have given that here line L is the bisector of angle A. So from that we have taken two equal part, that is angle 1 and angle 2. And we have taken angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Similarly, I am taking here angle 3 is equal to angle 4 is equal to 90 degree, because we have given that BP and BQ are perpendicular. So the angle formed at P and Q will be of 90 degree, means angle 3 and angle 4 are equal to 90 degree. Now we shall write down here to prove. What we need to show here? We need to show that in the first part triangle APB is congruent to triangle AQB. Okay, second part is BP is equal to BQ, that we need to show. Okay, they are saying in the other words B is equidistant from the arm of angle A, means basically that we want to say that BP and BQ are equal. Okay, so now let us see the proof of the question. So here in the proof we will write down. Okay, first we shall start the proof. See, we need to show that the two triangles are congruent. So let us consider that two triangles separately over here. Then we'll come to know which parts are given equal. Okay, so which theorem is applicable, or what exactly we need to prove here, that all things will come to know. Let me draw one second. Yes, let us make one copy of this, and then we shall keep it here. Okay, now let us see, we shall give the name of the first triangle as A, P, and then B. Similarly, second triangle as A, Q, and then B. Okay, now let us see in these two triangles what we have given equal. First of all, let's see in the main figure I have marked angle 1 and angle 2. Angle 1, if I see the proper name, the angle 1 is QAB. So look at in the two triangles, where is angle QAB? QAB is coming here. So this is my angle number 1. right? Similarly, angle PAB is my angle number 2. So PAB is coming here. This is my angle number 2. Similarly, now locate the angle 3 and angle 4. So where is angle 3? Angle 3 is APB. So APB, this is my angle number 3. And similarly, AQB is my angle number 4. And one more thing, observe here, side AB and side AB is common. So now I think easily you can identify by which congruency theorem triangles are becoming congruent. We can say it is by angle side, because if I start with angle number 3 or angle number 4, then the sequence is going to form here angle, then again angle number 2 is again coming angle, and then it is coming side AB. So sequence is angle side, and hence the triangle will be congruent. Okay, so let us see how we shall write down the proof here. In triangle APB, first we shall mention in triangle APB and triangle AQB. Okay, so first we'll write down angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Reason we can give here by given. Okay, then angle 3 is equal to angle 4. The reason we can give here, either you can write down given, or more properly you can write down both are 90 degree, each 90 degree. Okay, and the third thing we shall write down here, AB is equal to AB, and AB and AB are common side. So AB is equal to AB. This is common side in both the triangles. So common side, whatever the value, will be same in both triangles. So here we can say that therefore triangle APB is congruent to triangle AQB. APB and AQB both are congruent. Reason we can give here by angle side rule, or you can write down angle side congruency theorem. Here you should mention proved first part. First part got over. Now we shall discuss in short the second part. Second part, you see what we need to prove here. BP and BQ are equal. We know that when two triangles becomes congruent, their remaining corresponding part will be also always equal, whichever the remaining corresponding part. So now you observe the two triangles which are congruent, there is one of the remaining corresponding part is BP and BQ. So we can say that these two corresponding part will be also equal. However, we can say AP and AQ is also equal. Okay. So the remaining angle also we can say they are also equal. But we require here only BP and BQ, which is one of the remaining corresponding part. So we'll say that that is also equal. And I have told you the reason for this. The reason we shall write down CP, CT, corresponding part of congruent triangles. Okay, so write down also, we shall write down further, and BP is equal to BQ. This reason we will write down CP, CT, corresponding part of congruent triangles. And hence we can say here we have proved the second part also. Actually second part is connecting with the first part only. Okay, so there was no required to it was not required to give the separate proof for the second part. Okay, and hence both the parts got over. Now let us see the question number, today's third question, and in the exercise I think we are doing now question number 6. Okay, so let us see the question number 6. In the question number 6 we have given that a figure which you can see little bit complicated now. Okay, and in this figure, see, we have given that three things are given equal. AC and AE are given equal. As you can see the equal mark on AC and AE, they have marked the double equal mark. And second thing, AB and AD are equal. Okay, and the third thing we have given here, angle BAD. BAD, I will say it is my angle number 1. Okay, and second angle is angle EAC. So EAC is coming here. This is my angle number 2. Okay, and the angle coming in between them, this angle I will mark as angle number 3. Okay, why I am marking it, that you will come to know little later. First, we shall write down the given things. Remember, we have to show that here side BC and side DE are equal. Okay, this question is different from the previous question. In the previous question, when we are going to consider the required triangles, then easily we are able to prove that the triangles are congruent because we have given that the corresponding parts are equal in a context of the one particular congruency theorem. But in this question or the upcoming question also, we have not given that the congruency part all are given equal in a proper sequence, that we have to manage it by our own with the help of given things in the question. And the second problem, which is the major problem I see, they have not mentioned which triangles we need to prove congruent. However, it is not told to us, so it doesn't mean that we are not required to prove any two triangles congruent. Definitely in this question also we need to prove first of all the two triangles congruent, and in that two triangles one of the remaining corresponding part will be BC and DE, and we can say that the two triangles are congruent, therefore the remaining corresponding part will be also equal. So we will get BC and DE are equal. Okay, so here problem is we need to identify the name of two triangles with one-to-one correspondence properly. This vertex is corresponding to this vertex. With that sequence also, the name of triangle also we need to match properly, and then we need to prove that they are congruent. So that is our job. In the previous all question you see, they said to us that yes, prove these two triangles are congruent. So since we are going in the further of the topic, so that's why the question will become little lengthy or complicated. Okay, so let us see. First we shall write down in this question given. So in the given, what we have, first of all the two sides are given equal, that I will mention AC is equal to AE, one thing. Second thing we have given here, AB is equal to AD, and third thing, angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Already I renamed the two angles given as BAD as angle number 1 and CAE as angle number 2. Now what we need to prove here? We need to prove it here. BC is equal to DE. Okay, let us start the proof. Yes, first of all I will take two triangles here, since in the prime requirement of the question is to prove first two triangles congruent. However, it is not mentioned in the question, but we need to prove it. Without that you can't go ahead. So here I will take two triangles, and we shall see in these two triangles what are the lacunas, means what is not mentioned in the question, that we need to bring it by our own. Now the problem is in the question is we need to decide the name of these two triangles by our own. If you look at the main figure of the question, there are several triangles given to us, and we cannot find out these two triangles are perfectly for this. But see, there is a way. First of all, see the given things. In the given, you observe AC and AE are given equal. So suppose if I place here, it may require to rub afterwards any one vertex and place it the right one. Okay, but we need to start anyhow. So here I am placing AC and here I am placing AE. So observe, the whichever the side is given equal, I am considering in these two triangle as one of the corresponding pair. Second thing we have given here equal as AB is equal to AD. So suppose if I mark this one as B, okay, and this I mark as D. So AB and AD are also equal, right? Now look at the angles. Angle number one is actually angle BAD. But if I consider this one as AB is equal to AD, okay, and AC is equal to AE, because it is given in the question to me, then I need this angle and this angle to be equal. This angle name is CAB. Now look at the angle CAB in the main figure. You will observe CAB is an addition of angle 1 and angle 3. Similarly, now look at the second angle which is required to be proved equal to CAB, that is angle DAE, or you say EAD. So observe in the main figure angle DAE. Okay, now you need to see in the figure DAE. DAE, if I mark properly, this is your angle DAE. Observe. Okay, it is starting with the arm AE and going with the arm AD. So we can say that DAE is an addition of angle 2 and angle 3. So these two angles we need to bring equal by our own first, and then we shall take these two triangles. So these two triangles will become congruent, and if these two triangles becomes congruent, then see there is one remaining corresponding part. I am putting the tick mark over here, BC and DE. BC and DE will become equal because triangles are congruent. So these two sides will be also equal because they are the remaining corresponding part of congruent triangles. Okay. So our basic job remain in this question as first we shall prove angle CAB and angle DAE are equal. So let us see how we can prove it. First we'll write down in the proof, since angle 1 is equal to angle 2, that is given to us, that we can say with the help of given. Okay, now what we'll do here, we will adding angle 3 on both sides. We are going to add angle number 3 on both the sides. So let us add them. So if I add angle number 3 on both the sides, what I will get here? Angle 1 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 3. Now you observe angle 1 plus angle 3. What it will become? Look at carefully the main figure. Okay, the given figure, angle 1 plus angle 3. Observe, it will become this angle completely. So the name of this angle is BAC, or you can say CAB. So here in place of angle 1 plus angle 3, I will write down CAB is equal to. Similarly, look at the addition of angle 2 plus angle 3. Angle 2 plus angle 3 will be equal to angle DAE. Okay. So we can write down in place of angle 2 plus angle 3 will be equal to here angle DAE. This is my equation number first only. So equation number 1. Okay, now I am taking the two triangles here. First one is, now you can see the name I have taken of two triangles, it is according to the one-to-one correspondence. Means vertex A is corresponding to the vertex A, C is corresponding to E, and B is corresponding to D. So by making the two triangles in the rough, we will always come to know which corresponding parts are equal, which is remaining, and the one-to-one correspondence also we can easily set over there. Otherwise it will become wrong. Okay. So always you prefer to make these two triangles in the examination as well. So here we shall write down in triangle ACB and triangle AED. First we shall mention the two sides given equal here. First one is AC is equal to AE. Okay, and what is the second one is given here? AB is equal to AD. The second one is here AB is equal to AD. For both we can write down the combined reason that is given. It is because of the given things. Okay, then third one you write down here, angle CAB is equal to angle DAE. This you can say by equation number third. Okay, now we can say that therefore triangle ACB is congruent to triangle AED, and this we can say by side angle side congruency theorem. Okay, and now as I have told you, the side angle side theorem we have applied and we have proved two triangles are congruent. So in that two triangles you see whichever are the remaining corresponding part, you can see one corresponding part is BC and DE. So BC and DE will be also equal because now my triangles are congruent. So all the corresponding part will be equal. Whichever are equal, they are equal only. But whichever is not mentioned, they will be also equal now. So we can say that therefore BC is equal to DE. And the reason we shall give for BC and DE equal, that will be CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Okay, and we can say now this is whatever we required, we have proved it. Okay, so next session, question number 7 onwards, we shall continue. Okay, thank you.